All right, the time is 4 o'clock. I will call the City of Fort Atkinson Plan Commission meeting to order in person and via Zoom, Tuesday, October 8th. Let's see, roll call, please.
Commissioner Highfield,
Okay.
Commissioner Huff, Commissioner Kesnick,
Here.
Commissioner Scholl, Council Representative Schultz,
Here.
City Engineer Selly,
Here.
City Manager Hausman.
Here.
Thank you.
Okay, new business, review and possible action relating to the minutes of the September 2024 Plan Commission meeting.
So move.
Okay, we have a motion to approve. Anyone care to second?
Second.
Okay, motion and a second. Any discussion by the Plan Commission? Hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. 3B is review and possible action relating to a site plan review for signage at A1 Creative Packaging, 600 Rockwell Avenue. This is site plan review 2024-07. Jed Drager is at some training, so we will have City Engineer Selly provide that report for us.
Yeah, thank you. This is additions of some signage on the what was formerly the NASCO building here in the city of Fort Atkinson. This is the building to the north of Rockwell Avenue. They have requested new building signs that are fairly small on the western and southern facade of the building. And they plan to use existing sign lighting for those. Those are what you're seeing there in the figure. They're fairly small in scale to the overall size of the building. And then they have on the southeast and southwest corners of the building, they're adding two directional signs, one on each of the loading docks that's facing Rockwell Avenue. I'll show those here in a separate. That would be the loading and unloading sign that's noted there. And the location of those is those are shown in the figure there with the red boxes at the loading zone area. These signs meet all of our existing codes. City staff had no concerns regarding the installation of these signs and would recommend approval by the Planning Commission. Be happy to answer any questions that you might have related to these or this request.
So just so I'm clear, there's no pylon sign or any sort of monument sign or anything with this request. It's just these two wall signs and then those directional signs.
Correct.
Okay. And then also just so everyone's clear, this is the building north of Rockwell.
Correct.
And it's the southern portion of that building that's north of Rockwell.
Facing Rockwell, yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Any questions for Mr. Selly on the request for these signs?
Andy, I have a question. So there's two identification signs and two directional signs?
Yeah, the directional signs are the no parking
The loading
signs
and
in there.
unloading?
Loading and unloading
That's okay.
zone signs in there. And then the directional signs are going to be these. Let me zoom in again here.
The wall signs.
The wall signs,
Yeah.
sure.
Identification, yeah.
Oops. Then I got to move everybody over here now. So you can kind of see the outline of these signs here that say creative packaging on them. On the facade or the wall signs. And then the location of the directional signs, I assume are going to be down here in this area. I don't know that we have an actual figure for those on the application.
On those concrete planters, is that
I
what
think
they
that's
are?
where they are now. I can sort of see one
Okay.
in there now.
Yeah, that I wasn't clear where those were going. Okay, thank you.
I just would, I guess, note that it's wonderful to see a new business coming into the city of Fort Atkinson and this space being utilized for A1 creative packaging. So I'm happy to I'm happy that the space is being utilized. And these signs, I guess, are a symbol, as we don't often get unless they have signage, we don't really get to celebrate changes of use often. So I just wanted to make that point. Any other questions relating to this request from the Plan Commission?
Do we have any representatives from?
I'm here, Lori Dominiak, Fast Signs, Waukesha.
Oh, okay. I guess my question was more unrelated to the signage, but I would, out of curiosity, I'm sure the community is excited and was kind of curious, if it's known how many, employees this site will employ, but I'm not sure if you're able to answer that question.
No, I'm the sign company. I know they're combining 2 locations at this location.
Okay.
Yes, and we don't have any sort of development agreement with A1. I am in touch with the owners of the building. However, this request is simply for new signage. So I do not have information on the number of employees.
Okay.
Okay.
If there's no other questions, I recommend approval of the requested wall signs and the requested directional signs as proposed for the location at 600 Rockwell Avenue.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any final discussion by the Plan Commission? Okay, I will call the question. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Nice.
Any opposed? All right, that motion carries. Next on the agenda is review and possible action relating to site plan review for signage at Casey's General Store, 342 Whitewater Avenue. This is site plan review 2024-06. Mr. Selly.
Yeah, thank you. These are sign replacements for the most part, so they come under a slightly different interpretation within the code, which I'll explain here in a minute. There are 3 areas that they're asking requests for review: a northern and eastern facade signs, which are 2 proposed wall signs that will replace the existing internally illuminated wall signs in the same locations on the building. That's what you're seeing here in the figure that is before you. The second is the gas station canopy structure. So this is 3 proposed canopy signs. Let me bring that one up here. I thought we had a photo of that one in here too. There we go. So this is 3 sides of the canopy. We'll have the existing signs replaced in approximately the same location on the canopy and at approximately the same size of 23 square feet. And then the last is a pylon sign. And this is what we may know better as just simply the statement of prices for gas. Here's the pylon sign. This is planned to be replaced with the existing internally illuminated sign face in the same location and on the same base structure. The approximate size of this sign is 42 square feet, and the fuel sign faces are also proposed to be replaced. In terms of looking at these signs, the wall signs were fine. They met all of our code requirements. The fueling station canopy signs were slightly different because of our requirement of the maximum 23 square feet. However, per section 150905-6P of the zoning code, the maintenance of signs does include the replacement of the sign face with identical materials, colors, and messages. It is the interpretation of the zoning administrator that the fuel station canopy signs effectively meet the definition due to the existing sign's mounts and supporting structural elements that will remain intact, and the replacement of the sign face falling under the definition of sign maintenance. Thus, the maximum size requirement can be exceeded within this instance. So that's one of the slightly different interpretations that I mentioned. The second is with respect to the pylon sign that we have, and the pylon sign, there's my wall sign. The requirement for the pylon sign is all of those requirements are met of the zoning code except for the maximum height, which is 18 feet. The pylon sign is 20.5 feet due to the directional I don't know, weather vane or chicken, whatever you want to call it, here at the top. That does exist currently on the sign. So it's a non-conforming structure. It looks like they're planning to replace that with a newer version of that. So the interpretation from the zoning administrator was that the chicken wind vane needs to be removed, or the pylon sign can be reduced in size to maintain that sign structure at 18 feet to meet the code. So that was the other requirement related to the pylon sign. With that, I'd be happy to answer any questions that the commissioners may have.
Okay, so just so we are clear here, the recommendation from staff is that the Plan Commission approves the sign package subject to the following conditions. One is allowing the fueling station canopy sign faces to be replaced with the same mounts and structural elements that exist today at 23 square feet each. And if the structural elements and mounts are changed in the future, the sign will have to be reduced per the ordinance. Number two, reduce the height of the pylon sign structure to be 18 feet or less through the removal of the chicken-shaped structure or reduction in that structure's proposed sign to meet that maximum permitted height of 18 feet. And three, any other recommendations of city staff or the Plan Commission in this matter. So questions for Engineer Selly about the staff report or recommendation?
I think we do have a representative, Heather English is on as well, that was part of this sign application.
Yes, good afternoon.
Okay, so we'll start with questions for the staff here. Any questions from the Plan Commission for staff?
I have questions. I don't know if they're best directed to Heather, maybe.
Go ahead.
It wasn't clear to me that the signs that were on the canopy were going to be backlit or lit from within.
They are existing signs on the canopy. They are only looking to replace the face panels in those, and I believe they are internally illuminated current.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions for the representative, the sign representative, Ms. English, or the Plan Commission? Ms. English, what given the choice of reduction, leaving the chicken or reducing the total height of that sign, what would be the preference of Casey's in this
I believe
situation?
they can go with just removal of that proposed weather vane on the top. That's not an issue. I'll let them know that they can't have that, because I did go back and confirm that the measurement of the height of the sign on the rendering is correct. The existing weather vane is up there, is 2 foot. So it looks like as it is now, it's a little over that 18.
Sure. Okay. Any other questions or comments from the Plan Commission on this matter?
I like the new design.
It's
Yeah, I
a
think
very
it's,
clean
I think
look
it's more
for it.
modern
Mhm.
and
Absolutely. They're slowly but surely re-imaging all of these. I've had 137 stations for this year.
good thing for virtual meetings, huh?
Right? With me being in North Carolina, so thanks for that. Thank you for having this as an option.
Right. Okay.
Enthusiasm
With-
will eventually look at the enthusiasm.
With no other questions from the Plan Commission, I would entertain a motion to approve the signage at Casey's General Store, 342 Whitewater Avenue, subject to the conditions outlined in the staff report.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any final questions or comments from the Plan Commission on the matter? All right, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Okay, that motion carries. The final item tonight is adjournment. Just a quick note, we will be adding an item for future Plan Commission meetings that will allow us to provide some updates from relating to applications that have been before this body before that maybe have not, that the Plan Commission or the public may not have updates for. So we will be adding that for the next agenda, and we'll be able to provide some updates to the Plan Commission on some of those projects that we continue to work on. So that being said, item number 4 is adjournment.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, we are adjourned at 4:17 PM. Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.